If you are looking for ways to monetize your cargo van business, in other words, you're trying to find the highest paying cargo van loads that you must target right away, here are the picks that you really need to go after. Number one, construction materials delivery. So when we talk about construction materials, we are talking about two options here. So you have regular delivery. In other words, you transport construction materials within the same city. So from one point to another within the same city. And then you have last mile delivery, which means what? You are transporting construction materials from one point in the city to suburbia or out of town. It's really important to understand that last mile delivery of materials can account for nearly half of the total delivery cost. And this does not include the indirect cost associated with delayed deliveries, stalled projects, and hours lost when workers leave the job site to get supplies. So there is a huge market right now, according to our research, and we have been researching this for the last 10 years. There's a huge market right now in this industry. You can make a lot of bank in this sector, last mile delivery. And it's really important to understand when we talk about construction materials, we're speaking about a constellation of equipment and materials. We're speaking about steel, concrete, wood. You are thinking about stones. You're thinking about brick and masonry. So whatever actually can contribute to construction, to actually doing some real estate development, either commercially or residentially, you really will need some kind of delivery, some kind of cargo van input. What I'm trying to say here is that a lot of developers, they have an incentive to actually hire you, your cargo van, to deliver materials for them, because the thing is, when they have contracts, whether they have contracts with the city or contracts with private parties, there is a strong incentive to make sure the project gets finished on time. Why? Because there are fines that are embedded in the contract. So if they miss a deadline, they might be paying like $1,000 or 10 grand per day in fine. So if you miss the schedule, it's really bad for real estate developers. That's why they always need cargo van drivers who are willing to deliver construction materials. Now, as I just said, you can do construction materials within a city or last mile delivery. You make a lot of cash with last mile delivery. Within the city, you can still make a lot of cash, but it's not really as much as if you were to go out of town. So last mile delivery, number one, highest paid cargo van loads. The next one, we have medical supplies delivery. By the way, boss, welcome back to the channel. We are really happy to have you here today. And in today's conversation, we are speaking about the top 5 highest paying cargo van loads you must target right away if you want to monetize your cargo van business even further. So after delivering construction materials, another high paying loads is when you are delivering medical supplies. I'm telling you, there's a lot of cash to make in this industry. And again, we are speaking about 10 years of research, sustained research here. And we are advising clients, telling them where to actually direct their investment so they can make more money. Okay, so when we talk about medical supplies delivery, we're speaking about a constellation of clients, potential clients for you, boss. We're speaking about hospitals. We're speaking about labs. We're speaking about nursing homes. We're speaking about physicians' offices. We're speaking about even patients, because if you have residential addresses, let's say you have elderly parents who needs their medication delivered to them at home. So there's a huge market. You can make a lot of bank in this sector. Okay, so when we talk about delivering medical supplies, we're speaking about a catalog, a diverse catalog of tools and supplies and devices. For example, storage and transport medical equipment. We have durable medical equipment. We have diagnostic medical equipment. We have electronic medical equipment. We have surgical medical equipment. You have acute care. You have procedural medical equipment. And again, the funny thing is, this list is not exhaustive, but I just want to give you a small window into what we're talking about here. Okay, so there's a long constellation of equipment and pieces and supplies and whatnot that you can transport in your cargo van. You can deliver this to many places and make a lot of cash. And when we talk about residential places, you can deliver things like baby diapers, wipes, adult diapers, adult pull-ups, diabetic supplies, hospital beds, wheelchairs, rollators, walkers, bed wedges, alert monitors, orthopedic supplies, respiratory, wound care, ostomy, compression, hose, socks, stockings, catheters, over-the-counter drugs, blood monitoring. So see, the thing is, the list is long and long and long. So the picture I'm trying to paint here is that there is a large market out there for you to use your cargo van and to even expand your business even further if you just target the medical supplies delivery niche. Number 3, boss, I just want to quickly remind everybody of today's topic. We're speaking about the top 5 highest paying cargo van loads that you must target immediately if you want to make money day in and day out. The third category is moving people and cargo. See, it's the funny thing is this is underestimated. A lot of folks, a lot of owner operators of cargo vans, they just dismiss that. But there is a lot of cash to be made in that industry too. So you help people move. So when the thing here is that helping people move is a solid way to make money with a cargo van day in and day out. Movers are in high demand year round, regardless of the economy. Think about that. Why do you think U-Haul, of all companies, has been in this industry for whatever years? I mean, I can even count. Because there is money to be made in the industry. Okay, hiring movers is expensive, even for short moves. So you'll have happy customers if you can save people money on their move and help with the heavy lifting. Your cargo van should have enough space for apartment dwellers. You also need moving equipment like cargo straps, dollies, moving blankets, and tarps. Okay, it's very important to familiarize yourself with local laws, licensing, and commercial insurance requirements. You'll likely need more than a valid driver's license in your van, as many localities have strict regulations on moving companies. You might need multiple licenses, cargo insurance, and liability insurance to operate legally and protect yourself. And one thing I want to say here is that obviously the top 5 highest paying cargo van loads that I'm telling you, for example, construction materials delivery, you might need some licensing also. Medical supplies, same thing. Helping people move, same thing too. Okay, and you can also remove junk, for example. Yeah, many people would rather pay someone to haul their junk to the dump than deal with it themselves. And you could offer to haul yard waste, recycling, old furniture, broken appliances, and other junk for people. There's a lot of cash to be made in that industry too. Or you can flip furniture. Oh yeah, sometimes old furniture needs new hardware, scratches removed, or fresh paint to look brand new. So you have a potential flip if that furniture is real wood and in fixable condition. So if you are hauling junk for people, you might come across furniture pieces that need a little TLC. And you can also look for good deals for brand name furniture on Craigslist or Facebook. So being able to offer delivery could mean more and faster sales. Number 4, boss, we are speaking here about hazmat delivery. If you are looking at the highest paid cargo van loads, hazmat is really your friend. Okay, now our friend, hazardous Matt is really hazmat. Okay, he's made of hazardous materials, which means that we have to take extra care when we send him somewhere. Now, the reason why hazmat is one of the highest paid loads is because it is federally sensitive. There are a lot of regulations around the transportation of hazmat materials. So if you have some kind of hazardous materials or hazardous substances, you have to actually look for. There is a constellation of regulations, a lot of paperwork. So the shipper wants to make sure that they actually give the whole hazmat thing to the best carrier. And this is where you make money. You know why? Because you don't have a lot of competition, because a lot of owner operators, they do not want to do hazmat. So if you are smart, if you are able to position yourself and you start doing hazmat, you can make a lot of cash. Now, comes with a lot of cash comes with a lot of responsibilities in terms of licensing and permits. So one thing I want you to do, I want you to check with your local authorities to make sure that you are aware of all the laws and regulations that revolve around hazmat transportation. Okay, now when we talk about hazmat substances in general, we are speaking about everything from airbags and airbag inflators, alcohols, ammunitions, and gunpowders. We have bleaches, camping equipment, car batteries, dry ice, essential oils, flammable fertilizer compounds, and ammonium nitrate fertilizers. We have fire extinguishers. We have firework. We have hand sanitizers. We have a long list of things that the federal government considers hazmat. Okay, so this is really important. So when you have to ship dangerous goods, you have to actually be a little precautious here. Caution is really important. Okay, so make sure that you have the right substances. You actually cover yourself, the right sort of processes, the right guidelines. So, but as long as you can study this properly, you are good to go. Now, if you need more guidance, if you have more questions, just put in the comment section. We'll actually advise you, because we do have a lot of clients in this space, and those clients, the kind of loads they actually haul, they pay way more than the regular loads that you are actually hauling from point A to point Z. So it's really important, but you have to be prepared though. Number 5, you have to talk about, you want to actually haul perishable delivery loads. By the way, I just want to quickly remind our viewers, today's topic, we're speaking about the top 5 highest paying cargo van loads that you need to target immediately if you want to generate cash day in and day out. And so number 5, you have perishables delivery. So when we talk about perishables, we're speaking about a diverse range of products. Okay, so you have things like food. So when we talk about perishable food, we are speaking about meat, poultry, fish, eggs, dairy products. We have cooked leftovers. Okay, and so this is in contrast of non-perishable food, things like canned foods, rice, pasta, flour. We have flour, we have sugar, we have spices, oils, jerky, processed foods. And so it's really important to understand that if you want to haul perishables from one point to point B, you need to think about having some kind of reefer. So the thing is, you want to have some kind of refrigeration in your cargo van. Now, this might ask for additional investments, but the money is there, the profit is there, because not a lot of cargo vans do this kind of delivery. Usually a lot of shippers actually entrust this deliveries to reefers, in other words, to bigger trucks. But if you are able to position yourself where you have the right investment, you're able to invest in the right sort of equipment, and you have a reefer in your cargo van, you can make a lot of cash with the perishables delivery. And the cool thing is that if you want to position yourself in that niche, you can not only do perishables, but you can also do medical supplies. So because some medical supplies requires a certain temperature. For example, if you want the food to be frozen and kept at 0 degree Fahrenheit, then you really want to make sure that you have the proper equipment for that. Okay, and the same is true for medical supplies, because sometimes they want to have a certain temperature. So here you have it. Okay, the top 5 highest paying cargo van loads. So you have construction materials delivery, medical supplies delivery, moving people and cargo, hazmat delivery, perishables delivery. Okay, so those are things you want to really go after. Of course, I will talk a little bit later on about other tips that you need to have in mind if you want to make more money day in and day out, because this is not a one-time thing. There has to be an entire process that you need to put in place to make sure that you generate profits day in and day out. Very important. Now, I want to give you a quick overview here, boss. What are we talking about? For those of you who are a little new to the whole industry, what is a cargo van? Because sometimes when we talk, people assume that everybody understands what we're speaking about. And we realize, based on the questions that we get either via email or in the comment section, that not everybody understands exactly what we're talking about. So it's always important to go back to the origins. I want to really explain quickly, what are we talking about? What is a cargo van? So a cargo van looks similar to a passenger van from the outside. So there is no rear seating. However, cargo vans usually have sliding doors, so sliding side doors and large rear doors for cargo. And cargo vans are easier to drive, very easier to drive, maneuver, and park than box trucks and other large trucks. And the cool thing is that you don't need a commercial driver's license to drive one. You don't. And cargo van load capacity are similar to those of pickup trucks. And cargo vans are available in half-ton, 3/4 ton, and 1-ton models. And they also have a heavy towing capacity, with some cargo vans able to tow up to 10,000 pounds. Think about that, 10,000 pounds. That's crazy. So if you were to ask me if a cargo van is a good investment, I will say yes. Basically, new cargo vans cost between 25 grand to 50 to 60 grand. So buying a cargo van can be a good investment for an existing business if having one creates additional revenue. Or if you are, let's say, an owner-operator, you're trying to diversify, this could be a great investment for you. So buying a new cargo van to start a side hustle or a new venture is risky due to the high cost, depreciation, and lack of income when starting. Now, the thing is, we have a video that talks about how to start a cargo van, how to make money, the mistakes to avoid. So you have a constellation of things you need to follow to make sure that when you implement the formula we were giving you, you are going to succeed. No doubt you are going to succeed. Okay. And remember, you can also lease a cargo van. You don't have to quote unquote kill yourself by spending 50 grand by getting a loan and getting 50 grand cargo van. You can lease a cargo van. And if you are paying $1,000 a month, that's a lot more manageable than trying to pay like 50 grand up front. And don't forget, you can make a living with a cargo van. Yes. And there are many ways, by the way, there are many ways to make a living with your cargo van. Obviously, today I shared with you some of the highest paying cargo van. There are also regular paying cargo van, okay? You can do a lot of things. And so make sure that you have a legit, well-insured business, okay? Things like legal structure, EIN, licenses and permits, those are important. Business accounts, business taxes, etc., etc. And one thing I want to say here is that there are a lot of benefits for using a cargo van. Okay, this is important. Let's just go through those benefits. So there are 4 benefits in our view. 4 benefits that are really great when it comes to using a cargo van for your small business, either as an owner operator, in other words, as a carrier, or as somebody who does this on a part-time basis. Okay, so you have increased total deliveries. You can increase total deliveries here. Okay, in other words, the kind of loads that you are hauling can be greater. You can deliver more packages. You can deliver heavier packages and payloads. Remember, I was just telling you that the total capacity can go all the way to 10,000 pounds. So that's crazy. That's kind of cool though. Okay, and you can deliver longer packages. As a matter of fact, we have a lot of clients who do OTR with their cargo vans, because when you think about cargo vans, people think, well, you can only do a delivery within a city. No, we have clients who actually go from one state to another. They do OTR and they're making a lot of cash. And because sometimes when we actually put the numbers on the screen or in our thumbnails, people just go gung-ho on us, like, this is a lie, blah, 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 blah. You can't make that much money. It's just because they have no idea. They don't know. So we're not really blaming them, because if you grew up in an environment where you're making, let's say, 20 grand or 30 grand nets with your cargo van, and you realize all of a sudden that somebody's making $100,000, you'll be like, wow. Okay, so you'll be like, that's just a lie. But it's not a lie. A lot of our clients make way more because they know how to position themselves. Okay, so when we talk about cargo vans, besides increased total deliveries, you have ample space also. Cargo vans are basically big boxes on wheels that you can use for any purpose, like packages, tools and work equipment, replacement parts, workers and seating. You have tables and chairs, you have coolers, you have food and beverages, okay? And you also have a faster delivery, because you are able to, cargo van can help you speed up the delivery process without risking a speeding ticket in a few ways. You can maneuver the vehicle more easily. The van moves faster with more horsepower, okay? And you can improve your package organization. We also love the fact that with a cargo van, you have additional branding opportunity. In other words, you can actually make sure that you advertise your cargo van business all across town when you drive around so everybody can see it. Fantastic. And I want to talk to you about the challenges that come with the cargo van, because we have pros, but now I want to talk to you about the cons so you have a more nuanced view about the whole thing. Now, when we talk about cargo vans, there are some detriments. Cargo vans are not perfect, okay? And so before hitting the purchase or leasing button, review the challenges that come with using this type of vehicle for your business. So you have upfront cost and ongoing expenses. So the list price of a cargo van is only part of the overall cost of purchasing and maintaining the vehicle. So additional costs can include trim and upgrade options. You have upfit packages and accessories. You have vehicle graphics. You have transportation and handling charges. You have title and registration fees. You have prep or documentation fees. You have taxes and interest fees. This is really important to remember. You have vehicle maintenance, and you have insurance premiums. So those are really important things. Now, one thing we know from experience here is that if you are able to lease the cargo van, then all the leasing, all those costs, all the ongoing expenses are taken care of by the leasing company. Of course, the leasing company is charging you, but at least you have outsourced, this set of maintenance costs to another party. You also have to think about the rising fuel cost. This is a major element also you have to think about. So it's not really rosy. Everything is not rosy for a cargo van, because listen, the thing you have to understand is that gas prices are high. Everybody knows that. I don't need to tell you, okay? And so you need to choose the right van for your needs. You need to consider your driver routes for fuel efficiency, because especially, what the thing is, when you are doing, let's say when you are driving in town, sometimes a lot of cargo van drivers, or Sprinter van drivers for that matter, they don't think about optimizing their routes. Okay, it's okay because the distances are kind of small, so we're not having high mileage here. But if you are starting to do OTR, then you have, let me give you an example. You are driving from New York to New Jersey, or you're doing from New Jersey to Philly. If you are driving from Hackensack, New Jersey to Philly, PA, you have to optimize your route. You have to think about the best routes for fuel efficiency, because then you start actually having a lot of fuel expenses. And if you have money, you can go electric too. Yeah, it's totally possible. And also one possible detriment when we talk about a cargo van is driver safety. So if you or your drivers are used to driving regular consumer cars, you may experience a learning curve when maneuvering and operating a cargo van. So cargo vans are easier to maneuver than larger freight trucks, but their bulky size can make them a challenge for new cargo van drivers. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about the top 5 highest paying cargo van loads you must target right now if you want to make revenue day in and day out. Number 1, construction materials delivery. Number 2, medical supplies delivery. Number 3, moving people and cargo. Number 4, hazmat delivery. Number 5, perishables delivery. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I'll see you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.